This is a technique developed by Dan Margulies to improve the appearance and contrast within clouds and also in waterfalls. And he called it shadows and highlights on steroids. You can do this in CS3 and above, maybe below CS3, but you can't really do it in elements. So here goes. First, come over to the Layers panel and duplicate the background layer twice. Control J, Control J. Shut off the visibility of the top layer, come down to the middle layer, and come over to Image, Apply Image. When you first open it, the blending mode is going to be Multiply. We're going to change this to Normal. Next, we're going to look at each of the channels, the red, green, and blue channel, to see which one is going to give us the best contrast in the clouds. So, red, green, blue. It looks like the red channel for this picture is about the best. And we're going to go invert it. So now the clouds are dark. And click OK. Coming back to the Layers panel, we're going to change the blend mode of this middle layer from Normal to Overlay. And it looks pretty bad. But by blurring this layer, watch what happens. So Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now so far nothing, so we'll start to crank this up. You see how it's beginning to increase. Now normally you're going to find a value of about 30 to 60 is going to work pretty well. And it's by guess and by gosh. So 50 looks pretty good for this one. We'll click OK. Then we'll come back to the top layer again, activate it. That's exactly the same as the original so far, but we're going to change the blend mode to darken, and we're going to reduce the opacity to around 50%. So that's about right. And now that's it for the technique. Let's compare the before and the after. This is after we've done the work. That's before. After. Before. After. Before. Now the same technique works very well for waterfalls. So Control J, Control J. Turn off the top layer, activate the middle layer, Image, Apply Image. It's already now normal. We'll look at the channels, red, green, blue. Doesn't really seem to make much difference. In that case, I'm going to choose the green because green generally contains more detail than any other channel. So then we hit invert, OK. Change the blend mode to overlay. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Start at the bottom again just to see. And 55 looked pretty good for here. Let's see if we go up further. Nah, that doesn't do too much. We'll try 65. Activate the top layer. Change the blend mode of the top layer to darken. Reduce the layer opacity. Okay. After, before. After, before. After. And that's the technique.